Okay, we'll call the meeting, call to order this special meeting for IPAT training.
Right. Do we want to start with introductions?
Good idea.
My name's Jessica. I'm the Parks and Recreation Manager for the city, but I'm not really going to be helping with the training. I'm just going to be here if you have iPad questions, if I can help with that.
I'm Phil Christensen, the Commissioner of the Parks Committee. John's going on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Gary Risberger, doing this for a few years now. Right now, somewhere there.
All right, this is during the one time.
Dean Bush, from the IT manager for the city.
Deb Johnson, I'm the city clerk.
And I'm Judy Strahler, and I'm the Commissioner. We don't have an agenda, right? So-
No formal agenda, it's gonna be just straight out training.
I'll just go ahead and.
Yeah, so what I'll do is just do a quick brief overview of the policy. It's standard. We have, of course, policies for everything, city issued property, so that's why we have the policy. Read through it, we tried to keep it just really short and simple, and it's very basic, like just don't break it and steal it, and you know, things like that. Ownership and use, these devices are owned by the city of Corcoran. There's no limitations on them as far as like for personal use and things like that. It's just use your best discretion how you're gonna use it. And care and security, take care of them. If they are ever lost or stolen or anything like that, just let us know immediately. We have the controls in place to just shut them down. And so they will be useless to anybody if they get stolen, so. But we don't monitor and do that with them, only if something happens. Apps and content, again, we put on there what we think you'll need. If you have a request or need or want anything different, just let us know, go through Jessica or whoever, and we can certainly put things on there, but again, these are managed devices, so we do all of it through the city. But we still want you guys to have the freedom, and anybody, to do whatever you want with them, and put whatever apps on there. Company email, so everybody has on your sheet, I have a different sheet, but you have a city of Corcoran issued email address and a password. Please let me know if you have any questions, reset the password, anything. We put the information on those sheets. These are all set up to really, you don't have to do anything. Turn them on, everything, we did them for each individual person. This email address and password is, say you're at a coffee shop or at home or anywhere else, this is your password. You can change this. We just created a password for everybody. So if you want to change it, you can let us know. We can certainly help you with that. Otherwise, it will not expire at this time. But given what happened at St. Paul and other things, you know, we might set these to, you know, expire. They're only email passwords, so we're pretty well protected, but still you have to be careful. So just again, call me, my cards for Deb, and we can certainly help you with any questions you have. The PIN, you're probably never gonna even know that PIN, but that is the PIN. The PIN's not gonna change. That is on your sheet. So you've got the password, the managed Apple ID, don't worry about that. It's the same as your login to our network. They're one and the same. It's federated. So we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, name, username, password, should be good. Any other questions, let me know. Again, on this, it's just pretty general, generic, hey, don't wreck it, don't whatever. It's owned by the city. There is on the back underneath, there is a ID tag on it for the city owned. But otherwise, yeah, do what you want with them and, they're already logged in, ready to go. So any questions, just let us know. And Deb's gonna show you the iLegislate and then any other stuff.
And I just want to point out too, with the policies on the back of them, you'll need to sign them.
Yeah,
If you want a signed copy, we can email them to you later, but we will keep them on file here. That's for stating that you're gonna adhere to the policy.
yep, we do that with the council and anybody else who gets a city issued device. And yeah, we can email you any copies of whatever you may or want. Or may need or want. All good, any questions?
My number is,
You can take that off.
no,
That was,
the device number on here.
oh, yeah, I've got all that, that was,
Okay.
the blue tape is my marking, so I can take all that stuff off, I just. Yeah, we got a nice little spreadsheet here of, who's got what, device throughout the whole city, not just the commissions, but it's everywhere, so. Yep, you can take that off if you want, and, go from there. Great. Now the fun part, I like this,
I think so. Maybe. Great, thank you.
Deb's an expert in that.
No.
We'll see, we'll be the judge of that.
Well, we've been doing this a little bit. So does everybody had a chance to log in with your in your iPads, you're on your homepage?
I have no iPad. I'm not an iPad.
What's up?
I was like, is everybody logged in with the
Oh.
first set of credentials?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
swipe up with the, yep. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
it timed out.
Yes. You want me to? Okay.
And then the pin is on your sheet, should be. I think they're all the same, but it is on your sheet. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And once you guys all get to that point, let me know and then we can move to the next.
Everybody up and running?
Looks good.
And yeah, they do, we can set these if you want, but unfortunately, the default for Apple, it goes to power save within like 30 seconds, so. Be aware that you might be constantly putting that pin in, but we can change that. I don't know if we did on these, but I changed them for like 5 minutes or something like that, so.
Okay, great.
Alright, everybody's in?
And remember, if you do have questions, this is definitely gonna be the time to do it, because September is going to be your first electronic packet. No paper copy.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so on your home screen of your iPad, you should see an icon for iLegislate.
If it's not, it might be on the second screen. So if you swipe over, you should see. What's it look like? Is it?
It's a very
It
green
looks
page.
different for them than it does for me on it. That's the difference between me being on a laptop and them being on.
Is it the
Yep.
Packer, the Packer?
It's a G.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a G in a blue circle. So, okay. And then you're gonna get to this page that you see here on the screen here. Now you have another set of credentials. That was the staple sheet to the first sheet. That is your iLegislate username and password. So you may want to just try to give that a try. I've checked them all. They should all get in. But go ahead and try to get yourselves in. And that'll be how it will be for iLegislate. The username will always stay the same. You can always change the password if you want to be something else. You just have to use the forget password thing on the front and you'll be able to go do that. The only thing different about the iLegislate is If you change your password and you try again within about 24 hours, it won't allow you to, so it'll make you wait 24 hours.
You got a server error, mine is something too. So.
Really, flooding there.
I got it.
Are they on the iPads?
So it's easier.
And the domain on the top should say corcoranmn.granicus.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Well, thanks. I see.
Well,
Right
you're in.
Judy. Selling tickets all the time. I didn't work through that.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, I gotta reset the this one.
When you get in, yours is gonna look a little different from mine, but you should see a listing of agendas of meetings listed.
Yeah.
No?
No. That's how it is. Oh, there we go. There.
There.
Them all this afternoon.
So most of them should be
I
like.
made them last week, but I made them again this afternoon. The Granicus thing or is it
Oh.
iPad thing?
If it feels like there's people over your shoulder, it's because there are.
Now, where's the?
Is he using the set of credentials from below?
Is it the first password?
It,
It's the one on the
there's
left.
a stapled partial sheet on the front of it. And it should say it's your passwords and
Yeah.
your credentials for I
Oh,
like the
it's
site.
the staple one.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we just restart as an iPad?
Yeah. If we do, it's the power button and the volume on the side, you pull both of them in. For like 2 seconds and then it'll ask there.
Can you just swipe it out or not?
Well, yeah, pull it up, yeah.
Yeah, we tried that and then it wasn't.
Didn't work.
See what happens.
Well, just pay attention to your activity.
Well, I know, but we wanna make sure you get in either way,
Yeah.
so.
We're gonna have no this.
Yes,
Be
sure.
able to let you follow along with it, you know, on your iPad would be the help.
Give it to your children, they'll figure
Yeah.
it all out.
You just wanna make sure you can get into it, that's kind of key first.
I mean, this grandchild went to college yesterday and so I don't know. Okay. Grandma, you heard, you want me to fix anything?
They were particularly talking about like light bulbs that you have to get on the ladder to change.
No,
This computer.
it's like, is your TV screwed up? Is your? Let me fix your computer.
Wow, that must be, that's a big day, my goodness.
Graham, you know,
Well, for you, you know.
it is for me, it's the baby.
Yeah.
It's last round challenge.
Yeah, there must be something wrong with the
Like sparkle.
login information or something.
Is it for the Granicus?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
oh, with Grant.
so
Yeah.
I. You wanna turn the screen off or something? I have to go in on the back side and I don't want that on.
Fair enough.
Looky. Are you able to like log in and reset this password?
I'm going to find out.
Let's see what happens.
Well, I know who's gonna have trouble with this. Val can't even turn off her phone.
So I text her and I asked her if it was coming.
I just logged in with his credentials.
I'm gonna be like, oh, Val, come here, you're gonna be here.
Well,
She must have just forgotten, huh?
Start.
And
Did
he
you
did,
restart the iPad?
Yeah,
He did the green. Yeah.
okay, and the username, he did have Philip.Christensen.
yeah, it's not even asking for my username.
Yeah, so I think.
Oh, there's something wrong with the app itself, okay.
Uh,
So your credentials work because I just logged in as you.
The, will be a password.
Oh, yeah, we should probably try that team.
Cause it doesn't even the login screen,
It's-
it just goes to bottom.
Yeah, it just keeps staying logged in.
Is there an update maybe for the app in the App Store?
They would have opened this.
You can try, so go to that next page, there should be a company portal on the bottom left there.
Sorry about the delay. We'll get there.
Or we're really-
You gotta play solitaire, while we're waiting.
No, you know. It's not a good thing for me to know.
It's not Granicus though, it's called
There's other
iLegislative.
games.
It's a Granicus product,
There's other games too.
but you get it from the App Store.
That's the issue.
Yeah, if you go, actually, if you go back. Whoops, go back into the portal, yep, and then go back to the screen before it hit cancel and then hit view all, there. Why isn't it popping up? Go back, maybe to the bottom one, view all apps. There you go. Is there an option to read it? It's like dollars? There, no, it's, I mean, it's there, but there's no like reinstall or anything, so I don't know. Why is it just keeps saying login here?
I know.
You just logged in.
Mhm. Ask him.
They try to remove it.
They're getting home screen, yeah. This will. We
Yeah,
have,
try
yeah,
that.
back.
Yeah, and then we'll restart and it should throw it back on there.
Reset here.
Or if you go back into the portal, it'll let you install for the portal. Okay, go back, yeah, let's do that, and then look on the three dots, there you go, zero. Yeah, let's just try to restart the new one. Great.
Tom, you flipping through the agenda?
Well, you know, I came with the question. Things like reading maps. Taking that 11 by 17 and putting it on that one page.
So you're trying to see if zooming in
So
makes it,
you see how.
I went down those last night. Very excited to see those trucks, bulldozers,
The playground is out, the tennis courts are out, the grading is definitely underway, the trees that were to be removed got removed.
Did you get your
And
Didn't work at all.
Not a lot,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get it directly contacted, I think we heard from one person.
It won't let you install the app.
Uh, not even an option. I figured it out, so. We have enough licenses.
What on your automatic?
I think it made a difference.
You might have to wait, but. If you go back in the portal, it's grayed out. And on the three dots, does it just say share or whatever, and. Supposed to just go up there, and give them a.
I don't know why that app wouldn't be working. There's some,
Just kept saying wrong password.
Hmm.
Um,
when you put it in, I mean, obviously you.
well, no, I have,
Yeah,
we took it off, but it's
Yeah.
not putting it back on
but now you can't, okay.
there.
It's okay,
You
I'll
move-
watch.
Let's
and
move
then
forward,
you guys
yeah.
Okay,
get it
You
back
might
on.
have to look at
Test
that.
it, so.
oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
want
we
Val? Can you work on that? No?
If it doesn't throw it back on there.
She probably would
You
be
did.
unhappy with
Yeah.
the
Yeah, would you be okay with letting it, leaving it behind tonight?
Yeah, oh,
We
absolutely.
need to,
Yeah. Yeah. it's just-
I think we need to look at redoing the whole thing and see
Yeah,
what's
that's
going on.
not, every one of them just came up just
Yeah.
fine, but.
You're just special.
Mhm.
We wanted to see you a little more challenged.
I wanted you to know that this is really easy to use, so. It's like,
There you go.
Your
Testimony.
okay, so I think the rest of you did get in and you can kind of see a listing of agendas. Now, if you look at my screen, it's gonna look different from what your iPad looks like because I'm using a laptop version of the app. So you might see the agendas and whatnot across the top where it says agendas. You might see some of this stuff where I have here, it might end up being down here. Which version do you guys have?
Everything's up top.
Everything's on the top, okay. Cause it depends on which version of iPad you have too as well, so. But if you can see that, looking at it, the first thing you're gonna see is when you get in there is there's gonna be a list of the meetings. Right now, it brings up everything that's in iLegislate. And I haven't quite worked it out with Granicus to figure out, like, we should only have it so that you can just see the Parks and Trails and not Planning Commission and the council. But right now, it's throwing it all in there, so it really probably isn't that big of a deal, because it's all public package.
Yeah, it's all public information.
Yeah, so, but it just might bog down like the list after a while, and then if you have to go searching out yours, it might be tedious. But you can see your agendas on here. I did one for tonight. For Parks and Trails, so this is just kind of a test one that I threw together on my end, so you can get an idea of what one packet would look like when you open it. So if you click the view on it, you'll be able to see the agenda, how it would be listed in the order that it's listed. And you'll see everything from call to order, your minutes, your open forum, your presentations, any of your business. So if you scroll through that, you can kind of see the whole agenda is right there. And then as you're looking at each item in the agenda, you can click on said item. So like under minutes, you can click over and hit view. And then you're gonna get a screen that looks probably a little different to you. It's gonna show something where it says what the action is, what they're asking for action. But your cover reports and everything that you typically see with each item on your page is gonna show up under where it would say attachments, but if you click on the side arrow for the attachments, there you would see where the PDF would be for the cover page, any resolutions, anything that would be part of that key item for the packet. So if you actually clicked on that, you would be able to see that right on your iPad. Key thing in here, when you get to looking at a viewing a PDF, you can actually, you know, you can blow up your screen. You can see that you can resize it so you can see what you're reading. I know I need it. So that's one thing you can see here. So if you want to see the report, that just allows you to read it. Another interesting piece that you would see there when you're looking at an item is if you look into a PDF, when you're in a PDF, if you chose to make notes or do any annotations, you might find a screen. Now mine's on the bottom. You'll see highlight, create note, strike out, draw, delete. If you wanted to highlight something right there within the document, you click highlight and you can just drag over it or highlight over it like you would on a computer or yeah, you see the pencil where it says highlight?
I mean,
All right. So that's an option down there, like if you want to highlight something to come back to. Did you see find it? Yeah. There's also something called create note.
have you seen children's notes will do that?
No. These notes are your own and only for you to refer to.
They makes putting their names.
But just remember, this is still a public, this is still a city owned.
Whatever you write
Yeah,
might
whatever
have the
you write might
opportunity to be
have-
public.
Yeah, because of data requests and whatnot, so thank you.
I will not be looking at it.
So, but if you hit create note, which is interesting, if you click on it and then to bring it to the part of the document where you can drop and drag it in, it'll throw a little note box in there. And you might want to say, I want to look at blah, 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 you know, like you make a note for yourself. And you can leave that in there as well. You also have a strikeout option. You can actually go in, hit strikeout. Again, highlight it like you did with the highlighter, whoops. Except for now I'm struggling with it myself. And you can strike out, like if you want to strike out a whole sentence. I don't think a lot of times you guys will use that because it's more of an editing tool. But you know, if you guys are working on some type of policy and you have some comments, or you might say, I don't want this or whatever, you can kind of make that as your note, like as something you might want to strike out. So, and then anytime that you put any annotations in there, you're gonna see an area where it says save annotations. You want to hit save, so that saves that in your notes. So you'll see that on your document in your notes. And if you want to get rid of them, there's also clear annotation. So I would suggest when you get home, monkey around with this particular packet a little bit, and you know, you can't hurt anything by playing in there with it. So, so yeah, if you back out of that, go back to the agenda item. I know I have to do mine differently. You guys can hit the back button and it'll take you back one. It takes me back many. So another thing you can look at when you're in an agenda item, when you pick or open an item, you can see right here on my screen under the minutes, that 4A, you're gonna see that I have a paper clip. I have a little something else that's there. Maybe a note, like a little sticky note. That's telling me I left something in there for that item. So if you were in there and you wanted to completely bookmark the item, you would have a bookmark option. It'll be right up here, usually on toward the top right of your agenda item when you open it. You just click on that and hit add bookmark. And that's gonna bookmark it for you, so you can quickly come back to that. I also had some little notes down there, and you can see I wrote my notes here in the notes section. And it noticed that it reads that I have that there once I save it. So that also is telling you ahead when you're looking at the agenda as a whole that you left a note there. So you can go back and look at that as well. So the paper clip is basically, there's an attachment. I bookmarked it. And I also have. Well, I clicked myself completely out. And then I also have a note, so that item, I have a couple things going on there. So, another thing you can see when you're looking at the I legislate along the side, you're gonna see a listing or a little menu. It says agendas, notes, bookmarks. If you want to just find all your notes that you've saved for your meeting for this particular agenda, click notes. It's gonna pull your notes. So I made 2 notes earlier today. When I click on that side note, it gives me the list of the notes. No matter where it is in the agenda. And then you can open it and view it there, and it'll take you back to that agenda. So you don't have to go through scroll, find the agenda item. You could just find it on your notes. Bookmarks works the same way. You can bookmark it. Here I had bookmarked the minutes, so I can jump back to the minutes if I want minutes. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? I think it just requires, like, you'll just have to go in there and play with the items. It works pretty well. I've been using it for a while, so I can't, speak for you, but I see it for the other end, and the council's been using it since April. And we've really had no issues with it whatsoever. So the packets have been going through great. Once they get posted and published, usually, our staff sends out an email stating, we've published the packet. You can go to iLegislate now and you can see it. You can also do another thing too, if you wanted to, if you wanted to save like a packet, like a download a packet, like for yourself or onto your, so you could just see it like what a packet form would look like digitally. When you go back to your agenda and you open up your agenda, if you scroll all the way down, and I think you have that on the bottom of that page.
Download.
Yeah, download the agenda packet. And then, like, for me, it's gonna take me to a file because I'm on a computer,
I
but
think it's the bottom, that little.
Right there, down there.
you could download it.
Sounds reverting to the paper.
Yeah.
It's always tempting, but you grip on it. It's even grip on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to remember.
So you'll be able to download it somewhere and then you can view it, print it out, whatever.
Paper.
Yeah, it's my paper.
Yeah, so that would be an option as well. So I do, oops, I already just got knocked out of, I legislate
That
that.
is the videos are very cool.
So, yeah, and then there's another item there, videos. If you wanted to go back after a meeting and watch a video, you could do that. I'm gonna make sure that when I open one of these up, that I actually turn off the sound this time, because that messed up the recording last time. So here's a council work session that just views, but you'll go back and you can see. You can go back and actually view a council meeting. And what's really good afterwards, I typically during the meeting put all these things in there and they hit the timestamps. So if you're looking for something and you want to go back and see something particular, you can click on that item and hit view and it'll take you right to where it is in the meeting, in the recording. So,
I mean, no one.
so you might, like after a meeting too, you might want to try to recall something that happened. You can go back and you know what item it is, you can just go back, get it. It works really well. I use it to go back and clean up minutes and whatnot, you know, when I'm like trying to remember who did what or who said what. So, yeah, it's very helpful. So you'll have that also, and once you have a meeting, once one's actually recorded and you actually go through a full-on regular meeting, that will show up in those videos, so you'd be able to go back and watch a meeting afterwards. It's usually within a couple days. Our communications guy does like to look at it and make sure he cleans up the front and the back of the meeting. But usually it's in there, you can see it and it's posted, so it's about what you would see if you looked it up online as well. But it just won't be the YouTube version, this will be actually what was recorded from Granicus, because now we don't do the Zoom meeting anymore either. We record directly from Granicus. So that allows me to put all those timestamps in there for the meetings, so that helps just bounce, you know, you can bounce around to different parts of the meeting, so. So that's been really, worked really well. Everyone seems to like that. It makes the flow a little easier if you want to go back and do something without having to go through a whole video or going through a whole packet and looking for something and scroll through the whole thing to look for something. So hopefully the way this is set up, it would allow you to jump around and do the things you want to do. I threw some older items from previous meetings you had in this packet just to play around with. So if you see something in there that you're like, hey, we already had that. Yeah, you did.
How did you see the video timestamps? I'm not sure.
So when you pulled up one of the videos, you went to videos
I don't have any on.
and then you were viewing like oh, that one doesn't have any timestamps. If it's like, this was a work session. So that one doesn't have one, so let me go back to find something that would. I think this one I opened up. If you get like most of those timestamps are put in during the meeting by staff when we're actually recording. So when we're recording and the meeting is going on, we're clicking the agenda items to the side and it's putting in the timestamp. So. Yeah.
Sorry, will you be loading previous month's agendas?
We won't have the access to do that, unfortunately. The webpage will get changed. And so the old stuff will be still in the old format, the old recordings, those old things will be there, but moving forward, it'll be all Granicus. So, but if you look at, yeah, you can still go online. If you look at right now, let me jump into the city website for you. Like on the council page, if you look up for the meetings, videos, agenda packets, I will just show you, your page will look a little different and it'll show up under when it's an upcoming event and the meeting hasn't happened yet, you'll be able to view and see the agenda packet here as well. After a meeting, if you go down, you'll have, your page will look like this eventually too. The communications is working on that now. So past meetings, city council, like if you look back at the last meeting we had, now you can also get the video here. You can see the packet. When the minutes are done, the minutes are gonna drop in there, so they're all in the same place. And right now, it's like you can see on the bottom of the page, we said for archives prior to April 1st. Click on the tabs on the left side of it, you know, so there is another option to take you back to the older. There's just no way to carry that over into the website that way, so. And we are actually doing a website refresh coming up, and so again, that might change a little bit, but this Granicus, how this works should stay the same. Anybody have any questions? Any
When I
thoughts?
take this home, is it going to find my network?
It will not.
So I care.
Well, you can have it find your network.
I mean, You'll need to.
Yeah, you'll need to,
have
yeah, you'll want
connect
to,
to
Wi-Fi, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So do you know how to do that?
I think that
Connect?
should be a problem.
Okay,
You
yeah,
can also find my printer.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
In
if
case
any,
you wanna go back to the old way?
Well, I said he's looking for the.
you know, sometimes you've got a 5-page document, by the time I've gone through the screens, I really wanna.
You know,
do better with the.
and you know what you might find nice here is if you do that, download the packet, you can just print out the couple pieces you might want to
Yeah.
bring with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
there, that would be an option as well.
The other thing that might be helpful is some of the key documents in here, like the 2040 comp plan, and they can download and put on there, it might be nice to have, like. Some of those.
Yeah, I don't know, because this is kind of aligned with the packets and
And
the meetings themselves, but when they start going to the meetings, they would show up within the packets. But, yeah, something I guess to ask about.
Or just recognizing ease of access on the website and making sure that it's somewhere that it's
Mhm,
quick to find.
mhm.
Cause if not in here, then we'll figure out a way to.
Right,
They can download and put it on.
cause that's
Should be.
something you guys have a little different, yeah, might be something to be, yeah, downloaded and saved on your as well. Good call. Figured there'd be a question or two. Does anybody else, like, how do you feel about moving around in it? Does it make sense to you?
When would the timing be of the packets coming out with this? Same.
Right, get up and get an alert.
I'll still email your personal emails and let you know with a link to the website, so you can look at it on the website, but then of course you can use your iPads and it'll be available through the app as well.
Now that they have city emails, do they have to be contacted that way, Deb?
Yeah, we are supposed to be using everything through the city email. So there is a setup in there for the whole commission. There's like a group, so you could call that group to create the email and then they would all.
Is that a written policy? Is that a written policy? Cause well, remember last time I told the planning commission that I send it to their personals, so is that something I should? Eventually I'd like to stop, but for a while I'm gonna keep sending.
Sure.
That's fair,
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
that's fair, yeah,
but I'd say.
but we would wanna get used to using
Their new
the
ones.
Yeah.
city email and, yeah.
I'll just include both
So-
for now, your personal and your city.
That's something you guys will probably want to be able to check.
If you'd
in
like to
your
do a
Outlook.
test email, Commissioner
Yeah.
Schmidt already tested and emailed me, so you guys are more than welcome to try and email me.
Are we ever gonna need this email specifically?
That's how you'll eventually get contacted regarding Parks and Trails Commission.
We will not use first, I haven't said before about.
So Seth, for the time being, is going to communicate using both of the emails. But then we're gonna slowly wean
Yeah.
off of that, cause the intention is,
This one?
They typically, yeah, they kind of want to be moving everyone to be on the city.
I think the idea is that it keeps the data that is public in a setting where it can be public and we wouldn't have to ask you for your personal emails and all of that fun stuff. So realistically, it probably puts you in a better position,
Mhm.
but as far as packets getting emailed out, we'll start with doing both emails.
Yeah. I think they can work with that a little bit and like
It's a
Seth said,
transition.
he'll send both a link to where it lives on the website and then also you will be told, like he'll say, it's been posted to iLegislate and a link to the website is below or something like that in the wordage. And you'd have both options, but when you go to iLegislate, you should be able to open it up and your agenda should be there. Regardless, because we do post them both at the same time.
Yeah. It doesn't-
And I typically send out still to the council, like an email from me stating that
I get that.
they've been posted and it's published on the iLegislate. Because sometimes they'll forget. So it's just kind of like, hey, a reminder, it's ready for you to look at, so.
I mean, the access work things, I think that's what the apps still live down, so.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll figure it out for you.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else?
It's, notice the calendar function, is that somewhere, I'm sure there's.
Oh, we got that. Outlook.
It goes in Outlook.
Oh, that would be,
Under
yeah,
my email.
I don't have that.
your Outlook and email,
Could be anything we use, I don't care, it's just.
I think you would just use it however you wanna use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
You would not like putting these meetings on the Outlook calendar.
No.
Not unless you really want me to. I mean, I think you guys know the third Thursday of the month, you gotta be here at 7, sometimes 5:30.
Yeah.
I would,
I
yeah,
can send you a calendar invite if you'd like. I have them on my calendar.
No, I just wanna know if you're gonna use it,
Yeah.
then I should look at it. If you're not
Yeah.
using it, I don't need to.
yeah, I guess
We're
that's,
gonna
discuss
send-
as a
we're gonna
group,
send
yeah,
them
how you wanna do
emails.
that. Yeah, cause everybody kind of uses their Outlook a little differently, so. Depending on what you guys wanna do as a group, or if you want her to send you helpful. You know, like if you want all your stuff plugged into your calendar with all your meetings all the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's an option too, but that's for you to discuss.
Seth is gonna send out a calendar invite for the meetings. That way, cause it is nice. It does come with a notification most times, depending on how your notifications are set up, but I would assume that you'll get a notification on your iPad. If you look at
It's really good,
it.
both things.
And again, when you get home, if you're going through it and you're having some issues like working with your iPad, a lot of those things, if it's iPad stuff or it's iPad related, you might want to reach out to Dean. If it's something in legislate, while you're working in a legislate, you have questions, feel free to, that's what our cards are for, give me a call or send me an email. That we can work it out. I mean, we'll definitely wanna get Philip's stuff figured out here, but we have a little bit of time before the next meeting, but yeah, we will look at.
And then, so you said Zoom is going away,
Zoom is going
but
on.
then we watch a live meeting through here,
Mhm.
and through that's often through Jamie.
Yes, yeah, on that,
But would they get there through iLegislate? They would have to go through the city website,
they would go
correct?
through the city website, so people, yeah. Only you have iLegislate and it's only for you to deal with your packet. Yeah. So if you go on the, back on this page. Just before a meeting starts up, you can see the upcoming events. And a link, it says event link, a link will pop in right here. And this is where the public clicks on the link. And it just opens up, and when the meeting starts, you know, they're watching it live. Yep. Mhm. Yep. Anybody have any other questions?
Seth and I were just discussing, Commissioner or Chair Christensen, if you wouldn't mind leaving your iPad, just so that we can try and get
I
that
think
worked
so
out.
too, yeah. I can
And then
contact you.
we can either have you come pick it up,
I'll just,
or I can drop it off at your office,
no, I'm.
or PD can drop it off at your house. Well, then you won't have the packet beforehand though.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
can look at it
Well,
all.
you'll email me and then I'll.
Oh, fair.
pull it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks,
That'll
Joe.
work, let's do that.
We'll get that sorted out though, cause I don't know if that's happening with the Apple piece of it not letting it work or what's, so we might just,
We'll get it figured.
I
out.
might suggest just having Dean start all over with it and we'll get it going for you.
Got an email from him. so-
We have a group set up in email. We can email to the whole group rather than trying to number John and Martin.
No. Do not email the whole group.
Don't do that?
No,
Why?
because that counts as a quorum.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yep, so there's a
That's-
reason why I
Open
BCC.
meeting law.
You'll notice we always BCC you so that you can't respond to each other because it violates open meeting law. So please do not email the other commissioners. If you do have something you want sent out, feel free to contact one of us. We can get it blasted out to everyone, but
I haven't tracked.
sorry.
I didn't get.
It's all good. And then just wanted to know too, like what you have in here with your notes. Again, it's for you to look at, it's your notes, but it is still considered public data, so if anything ever has to be. If we get a request for data or something, we would still have to ask for that. So we're just saying, don't,
Same rule.
don't say
Don't-
Tom is dumb on your notes
Say
or
things
anything
only
like
your
that.
grandma can hear.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. But I mean, it's for your use and however it helps you keep track and make notes and whatnot, so. But just be nice.
It photo booth folks. But you don't hate screen and get photo booth.
Yeah.
On the iPad? Oh, I don't even know what that is. That's just some app on there, huh? Oh, wow, oh,
Yeah, look at it. Ooh.
that's fancy. All right, does anybody have any other questions on iLegislate so far? You wanna take it home, process it and let me know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I think then that just concludes what I have for tonight. Like I said, we'll get Philip's stuff figured out and get him all set so that you guys are.
You make a schedule. it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yep.
I'll be over there.
If you would please sign, the device policy, give that to me on your way out.
Your device.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to include me. You got a second?
So moved.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so, the agent.